imperfect, and very, very loud. That's me, but it didn't used to be. Had you met me when I was in school, you probably would have used the same words my peers and my teachers used. Type A, perfectionist, obsessive compulsive, anxious, bookworm, geek, nerd, dork, and socially awkward. And in a way, they were right. They'd found my weaknesses and thought those weaknesses defined me. But there's a better word for me, Aspergirl. I'm on the spectrum. I didn't find out until a couple of years ago when a light bulb went off. The other shoe dropped, and finally my life made sense. So what is Asperger's? Well, like any Aspergirl, I went and looked it up in the dictionary. And there in the dictionary it says Asperger's is an autism spectrum disorder, characterized by poor conversational skills, difficulty with nonverbal communication, restricted and repetitive patterns of behavior and activity, and difficulty with functioning. It's not very cheerful, is it? Maybe something less, I don't know, negative? So, like any Aspergirl, I found another source. The DSM, the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, which guides clinicians and therapists in their work. There it says Asperger's is an autism spectrum disorder with restricted patterns of behavior, interest and activity, poor conversational skills, difficulty with nonverbal communication. It's a disturbance with overall impaired functioning. I'm not really getting anywhere, am I? I'm a big believer in agency. How you describe and define yourself is what others should call you. So I'm gonna fix this real quick. To that end, Asperger's, noun. A beautiful, brilliant, differently wired mutant superhero brain that's the future of humanity. Delightfully imperfect. Delightfully imperfect and very, very loud. And now that I'm a mutant superhero, it's a lot easier to talk about things. I'm basically one of the X-Men. And just like the X-Men from my favorite comic books, no two members of the team are alike. They're as different from one another as they are different from those outside of Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters. If you've met one Aspie, you've met one Aspie. So what does that mean for this particular Aspie? Those weaknesses from grade school and beyond? You know what they are, don't you? They're my superpowers. You don't see it, I get it, I do. So let's reframe and redefine them together. They called me type A, perfectionist, obsessive compulsive. Those traits aren't inherently bad, you know. If you look at it again, that's goal-oriented, driven, focused, and attentive to detail. Those are resume skills. It means that I'm a great employee. It means that I'm able to do the things that need to get done. Do you know what else I am? I'm imperfect. I'm not what other people want or expect me to be. I'm not who or what they think I am. I'm just me. And I'm me in the most me way possible. I am very, very loud about it. I have hyper-focus on the things and topics in which I'm interested. If there's a skill set I want to learn, I read, I research, I study, I practice until I feel like I've attained a level of achievement. So let's take those negatively connotated words that have been used about you and about others and reframe and redefine them together. Maybe you know somebody who's been called shy, quiet, reserved, and always in that tone, isn't it? What we mean is that they're excellent listeners. These are the people who not only listen, they take the time to listen and process everything that is said, which means that they are great, deep thinkers. It means that these are the people that when we need support, we turn to them. Their superpower is deep and meaningful friendship. That's an amazing gift. How about the other side of the coin? Maybe you've been called gregarious, talkative, obnoxious. What we mean is that you have a great voice. We mean that you speak up for yourself and for others. You are an advocate. You are a champion for the people in the world around you. Take that, bullies. What about people who have been called moody, too emotional, overdramatic? They're in touch with their emotions. That's actually an important thing in this world, isn't it? These are the people who have great empathy. And some of our greatest heroes have the same trait, like the Hulk, for instance. You laugh. But when Bruce Banner gets angry, he doesn't get angry on behalf of himself. He gets angry on behalf of other people, and he stands up for them, for what is right, and he defends those people. And do they make fun of him for being emotional? No! He gets to be an Avenger, you guys! And they need him on the team for his gift. Maybe you know someone who's been called awkward, odd, or weird. You know what we mean. We mean we've never met anybody like them. They're individual, they're unique, they're different, and they're quirky. Quirky people. You're here, I suspect there's at least a little bit of that in you. I quite literally wear my quirkiness on my sleeve. If there's a power I need to tap into for that day, something that I need to remind myself of, something I need to get through the things that I have to get through, I wear it on my body. I needed a little extra help today. Maybe I needed a lot of extra help today. When we look at these words that have negative connotations, think about what that trait is and realize that that is a superpower. And superpowers, yes, can be a downfall if we don't use and see them for what they really are and what they can do. Me? I'm an Aspie. I am mutant and proud. I am imperfect, and I am very, very loud. So put your cape on and come and join me.